Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. The night was silent and the sea was calm, but what unfolded at 3:30 in the morning would go down as one of the most intense maritime confrontations in recent history. In a remote stretch of ocean waters off the Horn of Africa, a massive swarm of Somali pirates launched a bold and dangerous attack on a US Navy-protected tanker carrying millions of dollars in vital fuel supplies. This was not a random strike, this was a coordinated assault involving 250 armed pirates and dozens of fast boats moving with precision and speed. The US Navy found itself in the middle of a battle that would last for hours and test its strength in real time. It began when radar operators aboard the tanker detected small fast-moving contacts closing in at alarming speed. The first reading looked like routine fishing vessels, but within minutes the scale became clear. This was an organized armada of pirate boats advancing from multiple directions. They had chosen the early hours of the morning to catch the crew and escort off guard. Darkness was their cover and speed was their advantage. The pirates spread out like a net surrounding the tanker from every angle. The tanker crew immediately sent a distress signal to the nearby US Navy-escorted ship, alerting them to the incoming swarm. Alarms blared through the ship, and within seconds every sailor was at their battle stations. This was no drill. The radar screens were lit up with targets closing fast. The Navy destroyer accompanying the tanker activated defensive systems and prepared to engage. This was a direct threat not just to one ship but to international shipping routes. As the pirate boats came closer, they began firing warning bursts into the air, creating chaos on the calm ocean surface. Their boats were equipped with heavy machine guns, rocket launchers and ladders for boarding operations. The plan was clear: overwhelm the defenses and take control of the tanker. The pirates believed their sheer numbers would break the line, but what they did not expect was the speed and precision of the US Navy response. Within minutes helicopters were airborne, their spotlights cutting through the darkness, illuminating the fast boats below. The first wave of pirate boats attempted to rush the tanker from the stern, hoping to climb onto the deck before defenses could fully mobilize, but they were met with heavy fire from naval security teams on board. Tracer rounds lit up the night. Water splashed violently as rounds struck near the boats. The pirates veered but kept coming. Their determination was intense. They believed numbers would be their greatest weapon, but the Navy had other plans. US Navy gunners aboard the escort ship locked onto the pirate boats with precision-guided systems. Heavy machine guns roared across the waves. Helicopters hovered low, providing cover and suppressing the lead boats with accurate bursts. The sound of rotors and gunfire echoed across the ocean, creating a war zone in the middle of the night. Flares lit up the sky, turning darkness into a glowing battlefield of chaos and noise. Despite heavy resistance, the pirates continued to push in multiple waves. Their small boats zigzagged across the water, making them harder targets, but the Navy's coordination was unmatched. Advanced radar systems tracked every movement, locking onto hostile boats and eliminating them one by one. Some pirates attempted to flank from the sides, but they ran into a wall of coordinated firepower. The attack that was meant to be overwhelming was slowly turning against them. Inside the tanker, the crew secured all critical compartments, sealing off engine rooms and bridge access while staying in constant communication with the escort ship. Everyone knew the stakes. If the pirates boarded, it would be a hostage crisis on an international scale. The crew relied entirely on the Navy to hold the line at sea. The pressure was enormous, but the response was equally fierce. As the minutes stretched on, the battle intensified. The pirates launched flares of their own, trying to blind the defenders and create confusion. Some boats managed to get dangerously close to the hull but were met with direct fire from helicopter gunships hovering above. Explosions erupted as several pirate boats were hit and engulfed in flames. The burning wrecks illuminated the surrounding waters, showing just how massive the attack had been. The US Navy then executed a counter-maneuver, moving the escort ship aggressively between the tanker and the bulk of the pirate swarm, forcing the attackers to face a direct wall of naval firepower. Destroyer-mounted weapons unleashed controlled bursts targeting the largest concentration of pirate boats. In a matter of minutes, a large portion of the attacking fleet was neutralized. The ocean surface was covered with wreckage, smoke and the sound of sirens. Those pirates who tried to retreat were pursued by fast response boats launched from the Navy ship. Heavily armed teams intercepted the stragglers and forced them to surrender at gunpoint. What began as a confident pirate assault was turning into a complete rout. By sunrise, the majority of the pirate boats were either destroyed or captured, and dozens of armed attackers were in custody. The Navy had turned the tide of battle with precision, speed, and overwhelming force. Back at the tanker, the crew finally emerged from their secured compartments, shaken but safe. The night had been long and terrifying, but the US Navy had done exactly what it was trained to do: protect international shipping at any cost. Helicopters hovered overhead, scanning for any remaining threats. As the sun rose over the horizon, revealing the aftermath of the battle, the calm sea was now littered with smoking wreckage and captured boats. Intelligence gathered from captured pirates revealed that the assault had been planned for weeks. The pirates had coordinated through hidden networks and believed the early morning timing would give them the upper hand. They targeted this tanker specifically because of its high-value cargo worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The plan was to seize it, hold the crew hostage, and demand a massive ransom, but their calculations failed to account for the strength and precision of a US naval escort. The attack sent shockwaves through the maritime world. Global shipping companies immediately reviewed their security measures, while navies across multiple regions increased their patrols. The assault was one of the largest pirate attacks ever recorded in modern times. It exposed how piracy is no longer limited to small-scale random incidents, but can involve highly coordinated operations by organized groups with access to weapons and intelligence. In Washington, senior defense officials briefed the president about the scale and outcome of the battle. They praised the rapid response of the Navy, which prevented a disaster that could have had global economic consequences. This tanker was carrying strategic resources meant for Allied operations. Its capture would have sent a dangerous signal to other criminal networks. Instead, it became a display of overwhelming naval power. International reaction was swift. Major powers condemned the pirate assault and pledged stronger cooperation to secure vital sea lanes. Shipping insurance markets reacted instantly as the news spread. Global shipping security protocols were tightened, and international naval forces began discussing joint patrol operations in high-risk regions. This was not just an attack on one ship, it was an attack on global maritime stability. Maritime analysts explained that this assault demonstrated the evolving threat of modern piracy. With better coordination, faster boats, and heavier weapons, pirate networks are acting more like paramilitary forces than traditional criminals. But they also noted that the battle showed how modern naval forces can dismantle even the largest coordinated attacks with speed and precision. The engagement lasted just over 2 hours, but its impact will be felt for years. As the day ended and the last captured pirate boats were towed back for investigation, the U.S. Navy declared the area secure. Forensic teams began examining recovered weapons and communication gear. Analysts believed that the pirates had foreign suppliers and financiers. This was not an isolated act, it was part of a growing shadow network exploiting vulnerable shipping routes for massive financial gain. The crews who lived through the assault described the night as surreal. They spoke of hearing the sound of engines in the distance, then gunfire, explosions, and helicopters overhead. They thought they might be overrun, but instead they witnessed the US Navy at full operational strength, stopping hundreds of attackers before they ever set foot on the ship. Their testimonies captured the fear and relief that defined the night. In the aftermath, global navies intensified their presence in pirate-infested waters. New security pacts were formed to ensure incidents like this would be met with even faster coordinated responses. The battle at 3:30 am became a case study for military academies and maritime defense institutions, showing how one well-coordinated naval response can defeat an overwhelming pirate assault. This event will be remembered as one of the largest pirate battles of modern times, a moment where overwhelming criminal force collided with superior military power. The pirates came with numbers, speed, and aggression, but they were met with precision, technology, and discipline. The US Navy not only defended a strategic tanker but also sent a powerful message across the world: the oceans are defended, and those who threaten them will be crushed swiftly and decisively.